Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ravakwakadash, double unsaid apostles, a great millstone who do well, and taught us the truth. Peace, love, and blessings also to you, brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make your call and election sure, and also blessings to you, brothers out there pushing the truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. And also blessings to you, very few sisters out there are listening, learning, believing. If I didn't say it, double unsaid apostles, a great millstone. And I'm going to just get right into it. End time Bible prophecy update. As the scriptures say, measured out the time diligently in itself. All right, measuring the time. We measure the time by the prophecies. And the only way to do that is to watch. You know, when we're likened unto watchmen. All right, the prophets, the brothers out there. All right, preaching the word and speaking of things to come. All right, before they come to pass, they have to watch. So you get the acronym NEWS from, which stood for North, East, West, South. What's going on? All right. So as you can see here, this is from CNBC. Manufacturing orders from China down 40% in unrelenting demand collapse. All right, because they've been talking about a global meltdown. All right. Global recession, basically, you know, economies around the world are failing, all right, because why? The Great Reset is coming, okay, where everyone is going to have to receive the mark that is mentioned in Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, which is a RFID CHIP, all right. So let's read some key points here. It says U.S. manufacturing orders in China are down 40%. What a logistic manager described to CNBC as an unrelenting demand collapse. And as we always go into simple economics, supply and demand. All right, so orders are down 40% because no one is demanding product. Okay, no one is demanding product, so therefore manufacturers, or as it says, they're gonna have to shut down. All right, let's get down to that point though. It says Asia-based shipping firm HLS recently told clients it is a very bad time for the shipping industry. And remember, as we all know, majority of our products here in the United States comes from China. All right, so think about the trucking company. All right, it's gonna hit the trucking company. Then it's gonna be just a chain effect after that. All right, the trucking company, then these retailers. The trucking company brings the merchandise to the retailers. All right, so therefore, the retailer, the stores, you know, they're not gonna get much business. And it's just a trickle effect. All right, it says China to U.S. container volume was down 21% between August and November. Chinese factories are shutting down 2 weeks earlier than usual ahead of the Chinese New Year. And as someone made a point, I forget exactly who it was, here it is, the most busiest time of the year. All right, November, December, so-called holiday season. And, you know, they're shutting down early. Okay. This is U.S. logistics manager are bracing for delays in delivery of goods from China in early January as a result of canceled sailings of container ships and rollovers of exports by ocean carriers. Carriers have been executing on an active capacity management strategy by announcing more blank sailings and suspending services to balance supply with demand. The unrelenting decline in container freight rates from Asia, caused by a collapse in demand, is compelling ocean carriers to blank more sailings than ever before vessel utilization hits new lows. U.S. manufacturing orders in China are down 40%, according to the latest CNBC supply chain heat map data, as a result of decrease in orders. Okay, and basically, you know, you just have some type of understanding. Decrease in orders. Okay, the prices of everything are going up. Okay, the cost of living is going up. All right, from energy to rent to mortgage, especially if you got a adjustable rate mortgage. Okay, that that stuff has gone up drastically. All right. So, people don't have the money how they used to. It says Worldwide Logistics tells CNBC it is expecting Chinese factory to shut down 2 weeks earlier than usual for the Chinese Lunar New Year. Chinese New Year Eve falls on January 21st next year. The 7 days after the holiday are considered a national holiday. Many of the manufacturers will be closed in early January for the holiday. All right, you just basically quoting. It seems a very bad time for the shipping industry. Okay, so yep, U.S. West Coast ports takes biggest hit. All right, HLS cited trade data showing the U.S. imports from Asia plunged in October to their lowest level in 20 months. The spot rate for a container from Asia to the U.S. West Coast has crossed the break-even point with little room for further reductions, it wrote. All right, so you get the point, man. It's that's it, man. It's the Lord's getting ready to close this thing out. So let me get into the scriptures because this is all biblical prophecy. This is 2 Ezra 6. I'm going to start at 18. It says, "And it said, Behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. And I will begin to make inquisition of them, that they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled." And the affliction of Zion is the captivity of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Here in America, they are now waking up to who they are. All right. They are the people of God. They are the chosen people. So that affliction is accomplished. That's why the Lord is now, and he's been doing it, but that's why he has awakened his people. Okay, because he's about to deliver them. All right. Is verse 2 6 and 20, it says, "And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished." All right, because this world is vanishing away. Okay, it's not how it used to be. All right. People always say, well, it's not, this is a whole different world, man. We used to have it good, man. The good old, that term, the good old days. That's why, because this world is vanishing away. All right. And away it shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens. All right, the signs, the book shall be opened before the firmament. And that's the word, that's the Bible. And them being open is a symbolism to, to the understanding, the seals. All right, the men being able to understand these things. All right. It says, "And they shall see all together." And what dwells in the firmament, the satellites. All right, they dwell up there. So here it is. This book being opened before the firmament, and is being basically seen all around the world by the means of the internet. It says, "And the children of a year old shall speak with voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children." Hold on one sec. Salakia. Pause for a second. All right, yep. Untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and shall be raised up, which basically are premature births. And those are all signs of the end. It says, "And suddenly," this is the point, "and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown." Okay? "The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." And this is a catalyst to that. All right? They're already warning, basically, and this is, I forget exactly, the World Health Organization, I believe. They're already warning of a famine, a lack of food in 2023. So Lord willing, we're out of here by the year 2023 or beginning 2024, but we're hoping and praying for 2023. All right. This is it, man. This is the vision, all right, that the prophets saw. That great and dreadful day of the Lord, all right, is going to be very, very dramatic, very horrific. All right, words really can't describe, because it's what's about to come has never been seen before here on the planet Earth. All right. So suddenly shall the storehouse appear empty. So one day you're gonna go to the grocery store or whatever store you go to, and it's just not gonna be nothing in there for you to purchase, nothing in there for you to buy. All right. And as Elder Tahar saying, if you do find product, do find food, you do find merchandise, you're gonna have to pay a very expensive price to basically obtain those items. It's going to be very expensive because once again, there's going to be a lack, right, of it. So if there's a scarcity of something, it becomes expensive. Okay, it just won't be so readily accessible in abundance. All right, and basically, that's when the scriptures kick in, when people are going to be invading one another, robbing and spoiling each other. All right. So verse 23 says, "And the trumpet shall give a sound," and that sound, all right, is the prophets, okay, giving that certain sound to warn the people, okay, that, these evils are coming, that these times are coming. Okay, this is serious business, man. This isn't no conspiracy. Okay, this isn't no conspiracy. This is from their news network, so to say. Okay, it says, "And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies." And why is that? It say the storehouse shall appear empty. So they say you're not yourself when you're hungry. Okay, and I don't seen many relationships or many altercations happen due to resources. All right, when you hungry and all you got is just this little bit left, people ain't trying to share. Okay, no matter how close and tight they was, that's just what's gonna happen, man. All right, and just the times is gonna be so bad, it's gonna be hard. People gonna get laid off their jobs because that right there was happening at that shortage. What exactly what it says, that manufacturing orders from China, underlying demand collapse. All right, what that's gonna happen? That's gonna cause layoffs, and they've been warning of mass layoffs. They've been warning of that. And it all makes sense now. It says, "At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein." All right, because it's going to be, you talking about civil unrest, all right? Just complete chaos. That's what's going to happen. It says, "The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." And ultimately, that's talking about the words of the Lord. Okay? The words of the Lord. And you also you can also basically liken that unto the cash flow as well. All right. Just the economy. Okay. As Elder Tahar 1 and 2. Okay. It says, "Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and shall see my salvation and the end of your world." And the end of your world. See my salvation and the end of your world. Revelation 3 and 10. All right. The hour of temptation approaches. All right. All the signs are here. All right. The Lord is no longer, he's never been playing. I should say the Lord is no longer prolonging the days of this place, man. That is going to usher in the hour of temptation. What's about to happen, the collapse of society, is going to usher in this hour. But the Lord say he's going to keep us from this, and we're going to see his salvation. The believers out there. This is Revelation 3 and 10 says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation." The hour of temptation is Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, that is the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them to dwell upon the earth. Okay? So, with that, Lord's willing, is edifying till next time, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. Shalom.